Let's go over defensive systems for the Black Shark. The Black Shark has a countermeasures dispenser, and it also has a laser warning system and missile warning system. So for the countermeasures dispenser, you turn it on by flipping up this switch, and if you activate the test switch, it shows 990. You can see, if you have this set to quantity, you can see how many flares are in your left wing and right wing and on both wings combined. And you use these buttons for programming it. So if I set it to number mode, it's in programming mode right now. The number in the middle is how many flares it'll drop from each wing, and the number on the left is how many times it'll run that sequence, and the number on the right is the time between sequences. And the time is in seconds, but if you look at this thing, if you see number 7 is actually 0.25 seconds and 9 is actually 0.5 seconds. And for the sequences, you can see 5 is actually 12 sequences and 7 is actually 15 sequences. And if you set it to 0, it's continuous, so it'll just keep dropping flares until you click the stop button. So right now it's set to 317, which means it'll drop 1 flare from each wing, and it'll do it 3 times, 0.25 seconds apart. So in total, it should drop 6 flares. So when I click the start button, it should go to 122. And there we go. And obviously you click start and stop to activate the flare mode. I recommend binding start and stop to your stick. Now, if you're in the newer Black Shark, the Black Shark 3, on the ODS page, you can actually see your flares right here. Now, if you're in the older Black Shark, which is the Black Shark 2, you're not going to have the ODS page. And you can actually set which Black Shark you want to be in from the mission editor. Let's go over the laser warning system now. You power it up with this switch, and you can see the on light when it's ready. If you click the test button, you'll hear a message from the ecran, and then like 30 seconds later, the operate light will turn back on. So the laser warning system has 2 different displays. If you're in the older Black Shark, you'll have something here. In the newer one, you'll have the ODS page. So let me get in the older one first. And by the way, in the mission editor, you can set which Black Shark you want here, the version 2021 or 2011. However, you can only do that if you have the Black Shark 3 module. If you have the original Black Shark 2, you're just going to have the 2011 version. So in the older Black Shark, you'll have this panel right here. You'll have these lights come on depending on where the laser is coming from. If it's coming, from in front of you and to the right, you'll have these 2 lights come on. And these in the middle are for the altitude. So above or below you, or if they're both on, it's the same altitude as you. If the laser is, locked onto you, then you'll have this light, and if it's guiding weapons, you'll have this light come on. And when the laser activates the laser warning system, the lights stay on, so you need to click this to reset them. So it's a good idea to reset it every once in a while. In the newer Black Shark, you have the ODS page right here. The way it works is that if your plane detects a laser, you'll have kind of like a yellow bar come on, and the laser could be coming from anywhere within that yellow bar. You have a button here to reset it like in the old Black Shark, and if the bar is steady, that means it's tracking you, and if it's flashing, that means it's guiding weapons. Lastly, we'll go over the missile warning system. This is only in the newer Black Shark, and it also is integrated in the ODS page. So for the missile warning system, it detects missile launches, and it detects friendly and hostile launches. So any missile will set it off. Now, when it detects a launch, it'll have a red arrow, and it'll point off to where the missile is coming from. And if you have this switch flipped on, when it detects a missile, it automatically ejects flares, and you can put it into standby. In standby, it'll still detect the launches, but it won't eject flares. Now, one thing to keep note of is that if you're flying with other Ka-50s or really any other helicopter, and if they shoot missiles near you, even if you're right next to each other shooting at the same targets, all of that will enable the missile warning system, and it's just going to waste flares. You might not want to leave this on all the time. If you're flying alone through the middle of a field and you don't know what's out there, then you might want to leave it on. But if you're next to a bunch of other choppers and you're all shooting, you're going to want to put it in standby, because it's just going to absolutely waste all your flares. And there's also this button here on the ODS, and you can turn it off, but you should make sure to turn it on. So click it, and it takes a couple seconds to turn on. And also, the manual said if you have multiple missile launches, one of them will have a circle around it, and the one with the circle is the most dangerous threat. Also, if you have the flare set to the middle position, then when the missile warning system detects a launch, it'll automatically eject flares from the left or right wing depending on where the missile's coming from. But if you have it set to left or right, it'll only eject it from that wing. So if you're using the missile warning system, make sure you definitely have this side set to the middle position. Another thing to note is that some of the ODS information is overlaid on the nav page. So you can see your flares, you can see the little thing here. Also, if you're in any other page, when it detects a missile launch, it'll automatically bring up the ODS. So I put down an IGLA, let me turn this on, and I'll just kind of show you the missile warning system in action. And as you can see, the defensive systems automatically kicked in, deployed flares, and the missile was tricked. Those were defensive systems in the Black Shark. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you later.